Have you ever felt like your dreams were just out of reach, maybe even impossible? Like you were born on the wrong side of the track, in a place where opportunities just don't seem to exist? Today I want to share a story that will challenge that very idea. It's a story of courage, unwavering hope, and the incredible power that education holds to transform a life. Welcome to LifeSpark Narratives, the place where we explore real stories that spark real, lasting inspiration. If this is your first time joining us, I'd be thrilled if you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our weekly journeys into the human spirit. Now let's get into today's story. Picture this: a village nestled deep within rugged, towering mountains. A place so remote it feels like a world away from our own. Life here isn't just simple. It's a daily struggle. For the children in this village, getting an education is a monumental task. The nearest school isn't just around the corner. It's miles away, a grueling trek across treacherous terrain. The path is a rocky, unforgiving trail that winds its way up and down steep inclines. In the rainy season, it turns into a slippery, muddy slide, and in the winter, it can be slick with ice. It's a journey that would make most of us think twice. But for one young boy, this journey was not a choice. It was a necessity. Every single morning, before the sun even had a chance to peek over the mountain peaks, he was awake. Rain, shine, biting wind, or scorching heat didn't matter. He would set out on that long, difficult walk with a fire in his heart, a dream that burned brighter than any obstacle in his path. This wasn't just a walk to school. It was a daily pilgrimage toward a better future, a future he was determined to build for himself one step at a time. Imagine arriving back home after that exhausting journey, not to a warm, well-lit room, but to a humble home where electricity is a luxury they can't afford. As evening fell, his study space wasn't illuminated by a bright desk lamp. Instead, he relied on the soft, gentle flicker of an old oil lamp. The light was faint, casting dancing shadows on the walls and making the words on his textbooks seem to swim before his eyes. It was barely enough to read, a constant strain on his young eyes. But for him, that dim flickering light was a beacon. It was more than enough to illuminate the pages of his books. More importantly, it was more than enough to keep the flame of his hope alive. While others might have seen darkness, he saw an opportunity. In his community, there was a pervasive, almost suffocating belief. A quiet resignation that success, real success, was reserved for others. It was for the kids born in the sprawling cities, the ones who had access to fancy gadgets, fast internet, and comfortable lives. The narrative was clear. If you were born in the mountains, you were destined to stay in the mountains. Your future was already written in the rocky soil beneath your feet. It was a story of limitations, of accepting your lot in life. But this young student refused to read from that script. He was writing his own story. He held a different belief, a conviction so powerful it could move mountains, or at least climb them. He believed that education was the great equalizer. It wasn't just about learning facts and figures. It was a key, a magical key that could unlock doors that had been sealed shut for generations. He knew, deep in his bones, that education had the power to rewrite his destiny. While everyone around him saw impassable barriers, he saw a path forward, paved with knowledge and determination. Think about the sheer grit that requires. Every single step he took on that steep, winding path to school was a conscious act of rebellion against his circumstances. Every bead of sweat that dripped from his brow was a testament to his resolve. He wasn't just walking, he was climbing, both literally and metaphorically, inching his way closer to a future that no one in his village could have ever imagined for a boy like him. And his day didn't end when he returned home. While the rest of his village, exhausted from a long day of physical labor, settled in for the night, his most important work was just beginning. Under the gentle glow of that oil lamp, he would pore over his books, his mind traveling to worlds far beyond his mountain home. He studied while the world around him slept, sacrificing rest for knowledge, trading comfort for a chance at a different life. Each night was a quiet battle fought and won against fatigue and doubt. He was investing in himself, building a foundation for his future, one page at a time. And then, after years of this relentless, quiet struggle, the world finally began to take notice. His hard work hadn't gone unseen. A letter arrived, a single piece of paper that held the weight of all his hopes and dreams. It was an offer for a scholarship. Not just any scholarship, but one to a prestigious school in the city, the very place that had always seemed like a distant, unattainable fantasy. It was the chance he had fought for, the opportunity he had earned with every single step, every drop of sweat, and every late night spent studying. The transition was like stepping into another universe. From the quiet, rugged mountains to the bustling, noisy city, a life of hardship and scarcity to a world of opportunity and abundance. It was a culture shock, to be sure, but it was also the realization of everything he had worked for. He had made it. The boy from the mountains had arrived. His journey is a powerful testament that his origin was not his end. He proved that the future wasn't something handed to you. It was something you seize with both hands. Let's be clear about something. This student wasn't necessarily the strongest boy in his village. He probably wasn't born a genius, or the smartest kid in his class. He didn't have any special advantages. But what he did have was something far more rare and infinitely more powerful, unshakable, relentless determination. He had the kind of grit that turns obstacles into stepping stones and dreams into reality. When faced with a mountain, he didn't turn back. He simply started climbing. His story serves as a profound and vital reminder for every single one of us. Your starting point in life, wherever it may be, never, ever has to define your destination. It doesn't matter if you come from a place of privilege or a place of poverty. The circumstances of your birth are just the first chapter of your story, not the entire book. You are the author, and you get to decide how it ends. If this young student, with every possible disadvantage stacked against him, could rise above his circumstances and soar, then what's stopping you? What mountains are you facing in your own life? Your background is not a cage. It is not your limit. Your belief in yourself, your conviction that you can achieve more, that is your true foundation. And your effort, the hard work you put in and day out, that is the path that will lead you to your destination. I hope this story has resonated with you and sparked something within you today. If it did, please consider showing your support by hitting that like button. It really helps the channel reach more people. If you haven't already, please subscribe and share this video with someone you think might need to hear this message today. Let's spread this inspiration far and wide. Thank you so much for watching LifeSpark Narratives. I truly appreciate you spending your time with me. I'll see you right back here for our next inspiring journey. Till then, keep climbing.